the moment in the seventh, the move to go into pinch hitting Ryan Targash, what went into that, and then how special was it to see all of that play out?
Yeah, I mean, I screwed it up by not getting him in the dugout earlier. Been on my mind the entire game, find a way to get him in that bat. In the last regular season home game, and so should have thought of it earlier, but Mike and I talked about it before the inning, who was going to run coach first base, and so I hate to put Ryan and give him such short notice, but what an awesome ending for an unbelievable human being.
You've been around the game for a while. Where does this rank as far as top special teams?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of them, I mean, coached a lot of awesome guys in their senior year, and from times where that was probably the coolest one. It's also cool when you get to pull them off the field, like maybe a great pitcher, or take a guy out. I remember taking some great players off the field with 2 outs in the 9th inning and let the crowd appreciate them. But to end the game against a great team, that probably ranks number 1.
No, you said you forgot, but it kind of builds the anticipation a little bit when you have to make that mid-inning switch from the first base box.
Yeah. I mean, when Grahovic hit his homer, I should have gone then, because then we're closer to it, to getting the run rule or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was on my mind. Also on my mind was maybe Jace hit the homer or Braden, but yeah, I should have thought of it earlier.
And probably the best way you could imagine going into the conference tournament, especially after the last couple of weeks, do you feel like a little momentum?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kendall and I were texting a little bit last night. I feel pretty secure going into today's game about where we stood, but at the same time, you didn't want to say, wow, you freaking lost your last 3 SEC series, then you go in the conference tournament and you were guaranteed to play 2 games, you go 2 and out in that. That doesn't sound great, even though it really doesn't matter. But what matters is how healthy we are, 2 weeks from now. But considering how the last couple weeks have gone, I mean, we needed that. And really proud of Cortez, did an awesome job.
Is that part of the reasoning in going an unchanged lineup, going with Sadeo, kind of
yeah,
keeping
I
things
wasn't,
the same?
Lineup wasn't going to change, but yeah, running Sadeo out there, that was good for him though, to get out there. His stuff was obviously, first inning was fine, but he fell off really fast. So, I think he still had some residual effects of last week, getting stretched out for the first time. So this will be good for him to get, some time off.
What did you see maybe different from Montgomery this weekend in terms of just his approach versus the last couple of weeks? Seemed like, obviously got off the mat a little bit this weekend.
Yeah, he got off the mat left-handed. He's got, he's got some work to do, which he always is, work right-handed. But swinging strikes, he's chasing right-handed, chases out of the strike zone too much. But he backs the ball up well left-handed, hit that opposite field homer. And the biggest thing for Braden is he cares so much, and he really feels like he's letting everybody down, which he's not letting anybody down. But he personally feels that way, and the pressure just builds on himself versus, keeping that confidence and letting the game come to him and not trying to go get everything.
Looking ahead to next week, how do you manage a team when it's I mean, you don't want to tell the team it doesn't matter, but what happens next week doesn't really matter.
I think what you tell them is the game's not played with a light switch, right? You don't get to just go play bad and careless baseball. I mean, we'll go do the things we want to do. And I reminded them this morning, we've had a great season. We haven't won 1 championship, unless you want to count the games in Arlington where they gave us a trophy, I think. But which, that and my Starbucks app will give me the same. My matcha costs the same. But yeah, we haven't won anything. I mean, we had a chance to play for a championship, and, at least the last SEC West championship ever. Congrats to Arkansas. And we had a chance to do that. So we haven't won 1 single thing. There is a championship next week. We'd love to win it at the right pace, But I would just say that it's a great question, is that you just can't be haphazard and then think, oh yeah, we'll just turn it back on. That's not how baseball is played.
How do you like your pitching going into the postseason, knowing you didn't use a lot today?
Well, I mean, the conference tournament, we'll have to piece together the first couple games. Certainly not going to bring anybody back early. Prager could pitch on a normal's rest by Thursday, but the game on Wednesday, we'll have to piece it together. We'll wait and see who we play. But I feel good. I think Tanner Jones throwing really well. Lampkin was definitely at his best. Sadeo rested is better. Of Cortez is in a pretty good spot. Prager's needs some rest, but he's in a good spot. So, you know, our pitching's solid. It's not. I mean, we competed with Arkansas, but that's the best pitching staff we've seen all year by far.
Season's not over, but it's an inflection point. Kind of as you look at the regular season as a whole, where do you feel like your guys are? How do you like how the season turned out? Now it's complete.
I mean, if you told me before the season you'd be 44-11, I'd be jacked up. Just all 11 are in conference play. I would have guessed that if we were 44-11, I would say, oh yeah, we'd probably win the West. But just all of our losses were in conference play. So, but yeah, we'll take it. Head into a postseason. Just want to be healthy. I just want to be rested.
You mentioned being proud of Cortez for his outing. Kind of what impressed you most about his day?
I mean, he could have let it unravel a few times. You know, he didn't throw as many strikes to the lefties as he did to the righties, but he got it going and he got the outs we needed. Probably should have brought him in. We gave up two out, 3-run homers this weekend, so I kind of feel second guessing myself on a couple of those. But yeah, he did awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you.